Coming up on DC News Now, the end of a disappointing era. Ron Rivera officially removed as the head coach of the Washington Commanders. Reaction from fans and what happens next.
Another powerful storm system is arriving on Tuesday with heavy rain and wind. We'll let you know the impacts you can expect throughout the day tomorrow.
Then, on the heels of that monumental announcement, D.C. leaders now looking to clean up crime in Chinatown. How they plan to make it happen.
Plus, what options do you have when it comes to negotiating your monthly bills? We'll help you stretch your dollar.
It's a nightmare to have a missing person. When you got a homicide, the body right there, you know.
And meet a DMV doer working around the clock to help D.C. police find missing persons.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on this Monday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. We've got team coverage coming up, tackling the big news of the day for the Washington Commanders this afternoon.
But first, let's check the forecast with another risk for some severe weather coming to the DMV tomorrow.
Taking a live look outside this afternoon.
The sun is shining right now, Annalisa, but we know change is coming.
All right, let's get over to meteorologist Damon Matson for a first look at our forecast. Damon, another DMV first warn day on the way for us.
Right, yeah, right on the heels, too, of that storm that we had on Saturday. And this one could be even stronger than what we had over the weekend. And the threats, they will be a little bit different. Now, you saw that sunshine. We are enjoying a very small break between storm systems as high pressure works its way along and then off of the East Coast. But we see all of this cloud cover that is already filling in back across the Ohio River Valley. That is that incoming storm system that is set to impact the area tomorrow. And it's not just here, folks. It is across the entire country. All of these different colors you're seeing here are watches and warnings that are already in place for this storm system. Flood watches up and down the East Coast, winter storm warnings across the upper Midwest, and then we even have severe weather breaking out across the Gulf Coast states from this extremely powerful storm system that is having an impact from the northern plains all the way down to the Gulf Coast here today. And that is what's going to be rolling into our neck of the woods tomorrow. Now, as we go about your Monday evening here, no worries. We'll see a mix of clouds and clear sky with seasonably cool temperatures. We do not start to see the impact from tomorrow's storm system until the early morning hours. And while there will be a little bit of wintry weather for some of our mountain locations, the primary concerns we have tomorrow: heavy rainfall that is likely to lead to widespread flooding, and then also strong winds that could lead to power outages and wind damage. Those are our two main concerns. So we'll talk about the timing and when you can expect the worst of this storm system to roll through. That's coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. The Washington Commanders season is officially over, and team owner Josh Harris wasted no time. He announced today the firing of the head coach, Ron Rivera.
Yeah, this is a tough one. It comes after another tough season where the team finished 4-13 there. We've got team coverage tonight. Dave LaValle is in the DMV hearing from fans. But
first, let's get over to sports director Derek Forrest, who's in studio with us right now. And Derek, the writing has been on the wall for Rivera for some time now, and today it's official.
Yeah, we kind of knew this day was coming when the team named Josh Harris and his group the new owners of the franchise over the summer. Now, Ron Rivera and his group had an opportunity on the field to stay here, but after a 2-0 start, the team collapsed, going 2-13 the rest of the way. Now, Brandy Flores has been in Ashburn, Virginia all day long, where majority owner Josh Harris met with the media, officially announcing Rivera's departure. Brandy?
Yeah, Derek, after 4 years as a head coach in Washington, the team announced that they have parted ways with Ron Rivera. And as you mentioned, it comes to no surprise. The team finished 4-13 this year, and so majority owner Josh Harris had to make a big change, and he did, the biggest one so far as the owner of this franchise. And during his press conference today, Harris talked about the utmost respect that he has for Ron Rivera and how Rivera expressed his gratitude towards Harris for allowing him to finish the season as a head coach. As the franchise turns a new page, there is a lot of work to be done, and Josh Harris had a special message to the loyal fans of the Commanders franchise.
My message to the Washington fan base is thank you. You guys showed up in droves. You believed in us. We sold out every game, even with a 4-win season. Now, granted, there were a few visiting fans there, but that's on us. We're not in the playoffs, and so thank you for showing up. And the future is bright. We have a lot of cap space. We have a great ownership group. We're very committed to winning for this city, and look forward to showing you, in addition to telling you, over the next series of years.
And since the announcement of Ron Rivera's firing, there have been multiple reports out of people that Commanders have requested interviews for. But one thing is for sure, today in the press conference, Josh Harris made it very, very clear that the head of the front office and the head coach position are two completely different jobs. And in his best case scenario, he would have hired the head of the front office before choosing a new head coach. And we're going to have coverage all evening long for you here on DC News Now as things begin to unfold. And we'll hear from what the players had to say after they learned that Ron Rivera's time in Washington has come to an end. Until then, reporting from Ashburn, I'm Brandy Flores, DC News Now.
Thank you very much, Brandy. Here is what you were alluding to right here. The Commanders have requested 5 interviews for the head of football operations position. All of these candidates are assistant general managers at their current spots. Mike Borgonzi with the Chiefs, Ian Cunningham with the Bears, Glenn Cook with the Cleveland Browns, Adam Peters with the San Francisco 49ers, and Alec Halaby with the Philadelphia Eagles. As for head coaching candidates to replace Ron Rivera, the team has requested interviews with Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson and defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, Rams defensive coordinator and former Washington football player Raheem Morris, and Ravens assistant head coach and defensive line coach Anthony Weaver. Now, during Josh Harris's press conference with the media, he said he wanted to make his searches for both the head of football operations and head coach thorough but rapid, and as you can see, they have already hit the ground running. One thing of note through this process, the head coaching candidates who are currently in the postseason cannot be interviewed until their teams are eliminated. For the head coach of football operations, all candidates can be interviewed on Zoom. In-person interviews cannot take place until their teams are eliminated. Guys.
All right, Derek, thanks for tracking that for us. And all day, fans have had plenty to say regarding the firing of Ron Rivera. DC News Now's Dave LaValle is continuing our team coverage tonight.
And he joins us live from FedEx Field. Dave, what's the reaction from fans?
Well, good afternoon to you, Mark and Annalise, and I think it's pretty much safe to say no one is surprised by today's news. In fact, most fans tell us they've expected this. Ron Rivera's firing comes one day after the Commanders lost to Dallas to end the season 4-13. Rivera had an overall record of 26, 40, and 1 during his 4 seasons at the helm. But during that time, he never produced a winning season. The closest Rivera got to that was last year when the Commanders finished 8-1. Many fans have wanted a change for quite a while and are not surprised to hear the Commanders are in search of a new head coach.
Anybody who looked at their record could not really expect a rational person or a rational businessman to continue a record that hasn't really delivered.
Ironically, this is the second time Rivera has been fired in the second year after a team got a new owner. David Tepper let Rivera go in 2019 after he bought the Carolina Panthers. We're live at FedEx Field. Dave LaValle, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. In other news, 3 people were stabbed inside a nightclub in D.C. early this morning. Police say that they were flagged down by security guards on 9th Street Northwest. The victims told police that it happened in the restroom. Now, they asked for the suspect for privacy when the suspect started an argument, then stabbed him and left the scene. Police did not say what they were stabbed with or provided any description of the suspect.
And new tonight, a push to revitalize downtown D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announcing a new task force to bring a major makeover to Northwest D.C.'s Gallery Place and Chinatown neighborhood.
D.C. News Now's Randy Bass was there as the mayor made the announcement, and she joins us in Chinatown this afternoon. Randy, we all know the driving force behind this announcement.
Yeah, Mark, Annalisa, it's no secret the threat of both the Washington Wizards and the Washington Capitals leaving Capital One Arena could spell disaster for an already struggling post-pandemic downtown D.C. But today's announcement of a new task force plus a $500 million investment into this neighborhood could change the landscape significantly as the teams move forward. Today's task force announcement told everybody the group is made up of former city leaders and business owners, along with community stakeholders, at the forefront of today's discussion, retaining and attracting businesses and residents here in Chinatown and Gallery Place, whether the teams stay or go. Another hot topic, public safety and getting a grip on crime.
It is clear that we need residents and businesses to come and stay downtown. People are not going to do that if they do not feel safe.
But no matter what happens, we must invest in Gallery Place Chinatown so that it is one of the top cultural and entertainment districts in the nation.
One of the first things you'll notice changing around here, a new directive for D.C. government employees came down just today, now requiring them to spend 4 days a week in the office starting this spring. That means more foot traffic here in Chinatown and the rest of downtown. Mark?
Well, Randy, this isn't the first time D.C. has tried to breathe new life into its neighborhoods. What can you tell us about past projects like this?
Yeah, Mark, the mayor and her new task force today touted recent success at the Wharf, in Navy Yard, and in Northeast New Union Market neighborhood that's totally seen a revamp over the last 10 years, pointing to those successes in those neighborhoods and hoping they can bring that same energy and new life here to Chinatown. Live in Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. Well, new here at 412 in Virginia, Loudoun County Public Schools saw a rash of student overdoses. And today, Superintendent Aaron Spence met with Senator Tim Kaine in Leesburg to discuss the opioid crisis and potential solutions. Spence told the room that he's working to bring a recovery school to Northern Virginia. He said it would be an environment where students experiencing addiction can go to stay on track in school and get the support that they need for recovery.
They don't have to go back to a comprehensive setting where they're really in a building without other students who are in recovery and dealing with the issues that they're dealing with.
We will have more on the school division's efforts to keep kids safe from opioids coming up at 6.